Hey guys, this is Gene Jensen, and I'm wet. I dropped my other GoPro in the water and had to go basically go search for it. I was in about 3.5 feet of water all the way up to here, about an hour and a half. It's about 66. What's the water temperature? Yeah, 66-degree water temperature. So, but I found it. I found the SD card, so I'll be putting that video out. But this video, I want to talk about fishing spinner baits in muddy water. One of my favorite things to do. I mean, it's just fun. It's just really fun. But I'm gonna talk about choice of spinner baits and basically how to catch fish in muddy water. It can be pretty intimidating. Water clarity right now is about maybe a foot and a half right here. So let me get things situated and we'll talk about it. All right, well, let's talk about choices of colors. Basically, for muddy water, for spinnerbaits in general, I like white and chartreuse, and chartreuse. So anything in those colors, those color combinations are what I'm looking for. This one right here is a white and chartreuse. I like big blades. This is a willow leaf blade and a Colorado blade, which are the round ones, work really good too. They displace a lot of water, allow you to be able to fish it slower and get a lot more vibration, allowing that bass to come up and to find it and hit it. I'm using Colorado blade or a willow leaf blade right now just because I want to work it a little bit faster, but I want it to be a big blade so it stays up in the water column. Here's the other color. That's another color I like to use right there. That's mainly chartreuse, got a little orange and green in it. It's called Fire Tiger, but it's just bright colors. And you want to be able to fish it effectively. I'm in real shallow water. I want to fish it slow and I want to keep it up off the bottom. So cut the sizes I choose are more lighter. This is a 3/8 ounce spinnerbait. So I'm not going to go to the heavier half ounce, things like that. Now the rod and reel that I like to use is a medium fast action rod. Got a good backbone. I've got 15-pound test Isoline XXX copolymer on here. And the reason is because in muddy water, I'm looking for cover. I'm looking for bushes, grass, usually not grass in muddy water, but I'm looking for stick ups. I'm trying to bang it into everything I can bang it into. So I need some good heavy line. Typically I'm catching pretty good sized fish when I'm doing this, so I want to be able to get them out of the cover. Kind of a high-speed reel. It's a 7.3-to-1. This is a Concept A from 13 Fishing, and the reel is a number 8 tackle company Blackout, 7-foot medium fast action. And like I said, you're banging into cover. You're making good long casts. Right now I'm just covering an area that has a bunch of these little stick ups in it. I'm banging stick ups, and if I'm not hitting stick ups, I'm changing. Watch what I'm doing with my rod. I'm popping my rod just a little bit, and what that does, that gets that big old blade to flare up, and if there's a fish following it, trying to hone in on the vibration, it helps that fish catch up to it. Just casting it out and reeling it in without doing without changing direction or bumping into anything is typically doesn't work very well. I mean, it'll work, but it doesn't work as well as changing direction, changing your speed, speeding up, slowing down, popping your rod, things like that. Typically doesn't work as good. But that's what I do. I mean, and I'm just, and the thing in muddy water, what the bass do is they move up shallow. They move up into depending on the water clarity, they'll move all the way up into the really, really shallow water. Right now my boat is in 2 feet of water. And I'm fan casting this huge flat. There's a lot, like I said, there's a lot of little stick ups, things like that. And I'm just, hoping I run it past one that wants to eat it. I know they're in here. I mean, I've seen them feeding, caught 2 already. So I know they're here. I'm not going to go chasing fish, but I'm going to work my way slowly around, popping my rod and just, being ready for that hit. I mean, because it's going to happen. Now, the reason you choose big blades is that the fish, when they can't see with their eyes, they have a lateral line, which is like a vibration detector. It's their ears, basically, and it detects the vibration or the thump that's coming off of that bait. And so that's why I go with a bigger blade. It displaces more water and gives it more thump. And you know, and I just, you know, just hoping that I run it close enough to one where he gets interested and he's like, ooh, what's that? And goes and chases it. Another thing I do is I play around with speeds, fast, slow, changing speeds. You know, do they want it crawled, or do they want it burned, or they want it, you know, I love to burn a spinnerbait. It's hard to do it with a big blade, but I love to burn one because then they're like, ooh, they hear it coming, see it coming, it's gone, and they're gonna go chase, go get it before it gets away. They don't really get a good look at it. You know, if there's bushes or things, the thing I love about a spinnerbait is that it's fairly weedless. I mean, if you keep it moving, it'll go over top of trees and limbs and bushes and things like that. So if you're running the bank and you see trees that are overhanging or in the water, you know, throw it up past those trees, get it to bump at the tips of them, the outside edges of them. And cause that, you know, that change in direction that you want to cause a reaction strike for these bass. You know, just, you know, it's a pretty good all-terrain little, sorry, something, woohoo, butterflies. It's a good little all-terrain little rig, so, or a little lure, so just get out there and throw it. You know, and as you're reeling it in and you're popping it, or as you change direction, bump into something or anything else, when you should expect the bite is as you're starting to turn the handle again. Usually 1, 2, or 3 turns. Within the first and the third turn, you'll get a bite. And so a lot of times I'll be fishing one and I'll bump a limb or I'll pop it, and as soon as I start turning again, I feel a bite, and I actually just bumped into something like a stick or anything, but I'll set the hook on it almost every time because it, you know, I bumped that stick right when that fish should have bit. All right, let's go over color selection for the blades. You know, a lot of people will tell you gold blades for muddy water, gold blades for muddy water, which I agree for the most part. When it's a good high bluebird sunny day like today, I go with silver. This one has a little yellow on it. That's just how it comes. But I look for a silver blade. I just think the size of the blade is more important than the color a lot of the times. And I like the flash of silver. I mean, that's what color the bait fish are. All right, so I got a ton of fish around me, and I can't catch one on this bait right here. I caught one down there and another one this morning on it, so I'm gonna switch blade sizes. I'm gonna go to a smaller one. It's gonna have gold blades. Okay, so I'm switching to one that just has smaller blades. The bait fish are a little bit small. Let's see if that helps. All right, well, that's about how it's done. Well, like I always say, be sure to introduce somebody to fishing, and then let me help you teach them how to fish. Just show them my videos, and I can help you out. But more importantly, get out on the water, go out and catch some fish, and have a great day. Thanks. Take care.